Our goal with this index is to have a benchmark of what happens on the financial markets. We are not having a specific methodology, looking like specific wording, looking like specific things some analysts can say us. No, we're trying to get an index without bias.
Hello and welcome to this new episode of Solactive Product Talk. My name is 𝗵𝗵 𝗠𝗶 and I am part of the institutional sales team here at Solactive. Today we're gonna deep dive into 4 thematics that we recently launched with Galilee Asset Management, and in that regards I am very happy to receive today Antoine Robbe, Portfolio Manager at Galilee Asset Management. Antoine, thanks for coming here. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for inviting me here in Frankfurt, Baptiste.
It's our pleasure. So before we deep dive into those 4 thematics, maybe can you briefly introduce yourself and tell us a bit more about what you are doing and what Galilee is doing?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I'm a portfolio manager at Galilee Asset Management. I'm focusing on the analysis of financial products, so mainly equity, ETF, structured products, and the management of our portfolios. And my other role is more quant one. I will develop models and methodology for the monitoring, for analysis, and in fine for the creation of the thematic indices we did with you.
So speaking of those thematic indices, we recently launched the first 4 thematic indices. So what are those 4 thematic and why did you choose them?
So we are studying 25 thematics at Galilee Asset Management. The 4 one we choose to launch first with you are, the first one is AI and robotics, because it's the main thematics of the last years. Everybody is speaking about it. Everybody knows now NVIDIA, everybody use AI. So it's a really interesting and fast growing thematic. The second one is space exploration. Again, it's a pretty interesting thematic. There is more and more stocks in these thematics. It's not only about NASA, it's not only about ESA. There is many private company in it now. The third one is water cycle, because it's a pretty much value thematics. The correlation to value is 0.9, the correlation to growth is 0.7. So it's really interesting to have some water thematic within your portfolio. And the last one is luxury and lifestyle. Many of our clients really like these thematics, and again, it's a more blend thematics. It's less volatile, so it's really interesting to have it.
Perfect, thanks. So let's quickly go over those thematics. Let's start with space exploration. So how do you define space exploration as a theme? I guess it's quite new. And what type of company are included in this index?
It's quite new because, as we said a few years ago, everything was like managed by NASA in the US and 𝗍 here in Europe. Today, we have many private actors. It can be in the rocket launch systems. It can be in the imagery from space. It can be about the telecommunication. It can be about cybersecurity. So there is many different private actors. I can think about Rocket Lab, which is a beautiful company which is investing a lot in R&D. They have launchers for satellites, for military and civil applications. I can think about Planet Labs, which is doing satellite imagery. So you are able after that to have a monitoring of the earth. You are able, if you are a farmer, because there is a lot of civil application, to know where in your field there is a lack of water. You are able to do topography studies. So it's a beautiful company too. And maybe another company I pretty much like in this investment theme is AST SpaceMobile, which is like space-based telecommunication.
And how do you ensure investability in such forward-looking thematics?
So we only focus in this index on list companies which have a meaningful exposure to space and which are liquid. By liquidity, what we're targeting is companies which are at least 5 billion of USD, with at least 5 million of daily trading over the past 3 months. So with it, we ensure a liquid index with companies really focused on this theme. And yeah, that's it. The index is done.
Perfect. Let's move to AI and robotics, which is, as you said, something that was all over the place last year. What is your definition of AI and robotic?
So we look through this index about all of the companies which are doing AI or which are using AI to have to be more efficient. So there is application in for sure tech, telecommunications, cybersecurity, but also healthcare. I'm thinking about Intuitive Surgical, which is a beautiful company using a lot AI to develop and to bring new solutions. So yes, today we expect like 14% of growth of the sales over the next 3 years for the thematics. And we expect 25% of growth of the earning per shares, which means two things. First thing, we have more and more volume, and we have better and better margin on this thematic. So overall, it's a nice thematic.
Understood. And how does our index differ from other AI-focused strategy?
Our goal with this index is to have a benchmark of what happens on the financial markets. We are not having a specific methodology, looking like specific wording, looking like specific things some analysts can say us. No, we're trying to get an index without bias. With this benchmark, the objective is to look through all of the ETF and funds related to the thematics, to check the 50 most occurring stocks and to say, okay, these 50 stocks are the ones that represent the thematic according to the funds and ETFs specialized in the thematics. And with that, we're doing more like weighting with the market capitalization to again ensure a lower volatility and higher liquidity. And with that, we have a perfect benchmark. We have been using it for a lot to be able to analyze thematics, and today we're using it for an index review and to be able to have some products on the thematic.
Let's move now to the luxury and lifestyle theme. What is the core idea behind it?
Well, the core idea is the index aimed to focus on the leading companies across the luxury and lifestyle thematic. So we will have companies into fashion, into gastronomy, into premium goods. So there's a lot. You can speak about cars with Ferrari. You can speak about luxury like LVMH or Hermès in France. But also lifestyle as Nike, which is not pure luxury, but it's kind of lifestyle. And today there is more and more demand for this kind of products, or even if the stocks is it's a bit more complicated currently. But yeah, luxury is lifestyle is a growing sector, and we can see today like we wait for 7% of growth on the sales on the luxury and lifestyle thematics over the next 3 years.
Understood. That's a very interesting approach indeed. Which trend do you think are driving this theme globally?
Well, I think there is 4 structural trends. The first one is the global population growth. Second one is the urbanization. The third one is the middle class, which is able to buy, which is more and more able to buy some goods in the luxury and lifestyle thematic. And the last one is the emerging markets, which are more and more consumers of these goods too. Rising incomes fuels the demand for luxury and lifestyle thematics. So today, we are not speaking about clients from Europe or the US. There is like people everywhere buying goods in luxury, from Japan to China, mainland China, Asia, Europe, South America, more and more. So yeah, there is trends in these thematics.
Thanks, very clear and very interesting. Let's move to the last thematic, a thematic that can be perceived as niche, but that is nonetheless very interesting, the water cycle. So why should investors care about water as a long-term theme?
Well, today, 20% of the world population is reaching some water stress. There is more and more demand. It's more and more rare resources. So yeah, there is a lot of challenge within these thematics. But from an investor point of view, investing in water is great because it will lower the volatility of your portfolio. It will bring a more value base because there is a few growth company within water, but not that much. And it will bring a more defensive aspect in your portfolio. So I think it's pretty interesting to have it as a core within your investments.
And what part of the value chain are the most represented here?
There is a lot. There is for sure utilities, infrastructure. You can see sanitation, transports, but also technology. People are willing to have more and more clear water. So you will have sensors, you will have pump doing the job for an increasing demand. So yeah, there is a lot of companies representing in this thematic.
Antoine, thank you. That was the fourth and last team for today. We hope we will get to talk about many more in the future. Thanks a lot for coming here and for your time.
Thank you for having me, Baptiste.
That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon.